At my house, we always judge the success of a piece of theater or a film like this by what we call the chill factor. If it gives us chills, we know that it worked. Well, this worked for me. If it did for you, why don't you support this kind of quality programming now by calling us at 588-1111 and becoming a Channel 11 subscriber. Renew your subscription if you haven't subscribed in over a year. And if you've never yet become a Channel 11 subscriber, just imagine the good feeling you'll have knowing that you support the kinds of programs that you want in your home. We think we set a special programming tone here at Channel 11. That's what we try to do. Won't you join us in our ambition to help you reach your goal of having the best television in your home every day of the year? We have operators here who will take your name, your address, your telephone number, and the amount of your subscription. Why don't you take your credit card over to the phone right now and become a subscriber to Channel 11. You'll be glad you did. It's a wonderful feeling, and you can know that your money is wisely invested in wonderful television, just like the program you've seen tonight. $40 is a basic family subscription, and family television, family values is what Channel 11 is all about. But we can't do it without your help. 588-1111. Do call now.
Masterpiece Theatre is made possible by a grant from Mobil Corporation, which invites you to join with them in supporting public television.
That was good, huh?
Yeah, I think somebody missed a bet here. I think there is enough material in The Home Children to have made an entire series rather than one 90-minute program, because I wanted to see more of those kids, those various home children that we saw.
And their stories revealed.
If the BBC could make a whole series called Danger UXB on exploding bombs that ran 13 weeks, they could have done this.
It was wonderful. You know, I didn't, until I read about this program, I didn't even know that this whole situation had existed.
Oh, nor did
in
I,
Canada.
nor did virtually anyone except Canadians, I
No,
suppose.
and it was worth learning about just on that level, but then, of course, added to that was the fine drama
And
of the
that brings
show.
up something that this magazine is valuable for besides watching television.
For learning.
The stories stand on themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, I enjoyed
How do we get
watching
that magazine?
Oh, you get this by subscribing to Channel 11 for $40. That's a family subscription to Channel 11, but I think you knew that.
No?
Yes, well, it's true. Now you know. The way to get 11 magazine is to call us and subscribe for $40, and we'll send this to you for an entire year. And we'll also send you all our wonderful programs regularly. You are the key to making everything that happens here at Channel 11 happen. Over 50, just about 50%, I guess 49% of our income comes from our subscribers.
For 1%, it's okay. You can say half. You can say half. It's 49%, actually. Yeah.
And so we're all here because of you, to encourage you to get over to that phone and call us now to keep these wonderful programs on the air.
We're at a kind of a crux here. There are some people, of course, who carry over from one program to another, but when programs differ vastly, sometimes you'll have a tune-out audience and a tune-in audience. Now, I hope we still have the people who are watching Masterpiece Theater with us, and I hope a lot of those are Doctor Who viewers, too. I know a lot of the Who viewers are tuning in now who didn't particularly care to see Masterpiece Theater. So we have this mix, this audience in flux right now. And I think the programs, both of them, on both sides of this break, this crux, have found something that's worthy of supporting. Trouble is, there was not enough coming from the Masterpiece Theater people. Maybe they've forgotten. Have you known how long Masterpiece Theater has been on the air? If you want it to continue on the air, it deserves your support. You Who folks, we know you. We know you're going to come through and support us as you always do.
Maybe we can encourage some extra subscriptions by showing them some of our thank you gifts. I will. For a $50 subscription to Channel 11, of course, we'll send you the 11 magazine, but we'll also be happy to send you $210 worth of fine dining certificates. Each certificate is worth $10 off a meal for two any day from Sunday through Friday, and we are represented here by and given the support of many, many wonderful restaurants in Chicago, 21 in all. They include L'Escargot, the Golden Ox, House of Hunan, La Strada, Martha's Vineyard, Morton's, Nick's Fish Market, Zink's, and many, many more. we'd be happy to send you this thank you gift from us to you, and it is worth $210 to you for simply a $50 subscription to Channel 11. And of course, you'll also be getting the 11 magazine as well. I can show you a couple of other premiums. This is a brand new thing that we have for the very first time. It's called Solar Quest. It's a game, and this comes to you as a thank you for a generous $100 subscription to Channel 11. It's kind of a real estate game that takes place in outer space, so there's an educational value to this in terms of exploring the solar system, and of course it's a fun game too. That's a nice thank you for might make a nice gift to somebody close in your family, a child or the whole family. Let's see, it says for 2 to 6 players ages 8 to adults. That's Solar Quest, something new that we have to offer to people who choose to subscribe to Channel 11 for $100. Also, we have a new mug here, which I can show you now. I'll give you a little peek at this. For a $60 subscription to Channel 11, we can send you this Doctor Who mug. If some of you are waiting for Doctor Who to come up. Just yesterday, I was wearing my Doctor Who t-shirt that I got here at the station last year. My husband was very jealous of that. He wanted that. I told him he could have it if he really wanted to wear it. You Doctor Who fans might want one of those. The important thing is that we hear from you, and hear from you now. We're in the last week of this subscription drive that's taking place now in December, and we need to hear from you because we gave up our August subscription drive.
Yes, I'm beginning to wonder about
Yes.
the good sense in that at this point. But we did it, and we did it for you as viewers because we don't like to have subscription drives. We do it because they're necessary. 588-1111. The more subscriptions we get, the better the chance we won't have one next August. At this point, I'm supposed to, according to our rundown, talk about new programs coming up.
Oh, wonderful.
But we have so many of them, it's hard to know where to start. So
I just talked to my husband on the phone a few minutes ago, and he wanted to know why the Black Adder isn't on tonight. He said there's a whole group of people in his office who watch that regularly.
Does he subscribe, your husband?
Yes, of course.
Well, how about the people in the office?
Well, we'll have to talk to them.
Well,
I assume they do.
No complaints unless you're a subscriber. Won't take them.
Okay.
We have the 14th season of National Geographic Specials begins on 11 very shortly. 14th season. One of them is called Those Wonderful Dogs, which looks at the history of the dog and the role they play in hunting, war, herding, rescue efforts, and helping the handicapped. Can't wait to see it. Serengeti Diary, about Tanzania's Serengeti National Park. Pavarotti Plus Plus, Luciano Pavarotti in concert with June Anderson, a wonderful new singer. Callan Asperian, mezzo-soprano Shirley Verrett, also wonderful. Eduardo Ayas, baritone Cheryl Mills, Thomas Hampson, bass Ruggiero Raimondi, and Antonio Guadagno conducting.
All paid for with subscriber dollars.
You bet. Those people don't come cheap, and nor should they. The Color of Honor, great performances, Madame Butterfly. Oh, and this is a great one. Radio Faces, starting with the top-rated morning man Bob Collins at WGN and top-rated afternoon man Tom Joyner at WGCI. Radio Faces takes a look at some Chicago radio personalities, including Terry Hemmert, Johnny B., and Stephen Gary, and a few other
A contemporary
surprises.
look at Chicago radio.
Yeah, well,
We have a wonderful history of radio in Chicago, too.
Yes, yes. This is a chance for a lot of people to see what, of course, most people know what Brandmeier looks like, and Stephen Gary because they've been on television, and Collins occasionally, but a lot of folks don't know what they look like or how they act in situations like this, and that's part of the WTTW
Have you seen that?
series. No. No, Tom is still putting it together. Now, I think all you Doctor Who fans who are tuning in right now would be interested in watching that program, and tonight we will have part 2 of Trial of a Time Lord, as you know. Next week, part 3, following part 4. This is the most extensive Doctor Who adventure we've ever had, and it is the first time it's being seen in Chicago, at least on television. Now, I know some people, like Cynthia Guido, who is...
I met her.
Yeah, she's
Remember
a very
we had
nice
that Doctor Who night last year?
And she's the publisher of Timepieces, which is a Whoites organization publication, and she sends them to me as I get information from all around the Midwest from people who watch Doctor Who. And there's some interesting stuff in here which I may get to later if you start calling and subscribing to Channel 11 to keep your favorite program on the air. You do it with your call to 588-1111. We talked, what was that Solar Quest
That's
premium?
a brand new thank you gift
That
from
is-
us. It's for a $100 subscription.
Okay, and I have one here that's
Oh, that's a nice one.
even more.
Well, let's see it.
Well, this is the Doctor Who sweatshirt. It is 50% cotton and 50% acrylic, so it'll keep it shaped very nicely. And there is the Doctor Who logo, and I hope the color's right on your set because this is accurate and beautiful. The problem
Doctor
is,
Who fans have been wonderful, loyal supporters of Channel 11. Isn't that true?
as loyal, as responsive, more responsive than any other single group, I would say. And we give them credit for that. And, of course, we go out of our way to get the new Who programs whenever we can and to keep the series on the air. This is a $125 premium. That's a lot of money.
But this may be worn with a great deal of pride.
Oh, yes.
Not only as a Doctor Who fan, but as a fan of Channel 11.
I think so.
And a supporter.
I think so. No supporter, just a sweatshirt.
Oh, Marty.
It was a feeble attempt at humor.
Luckily, I didn't understand what it meant.
Okay, we're looking for your calls now. We've got a lot of empty phones right here, and we're not going to start Trial of a Time Lord for a couple of minutes yet, so you might as well make the best use of the time. 588-1111. If you're out of the Chicago area, 1-800-237-1100. $125. A lot of money. Many people can't afford that. Some can use their charge card.
I was just going to say.
And make it affordable. But you can subscribe with $5. We would be delighted to have you subscribe with $5. We'll even send you a Channel 11 sticker. You seen those?
That's right. I understand one is going. I haven't seen one, but I know that it says loving 11 and supporting it. Is that right?
And you can stick it anywhere. You can stick it on your window or on your car
or on your bumper,
on your forehead. You can put it wherever you want.
There are so many good reasons to subscribe. Maybe Doctor Who is your reason. Maybe you like to watch This Old House in the afternoon, or maybe you have a young child who watches Sesame Street. Maybe Masterpiece Theater in general is your reason. I remember we were talking about...
There's the Doctor Who,
the
Channel 11 sticker.
Oh,
see
it's beautiful. It looks so large. I thought it was a bumper sticker.
Well, it is. It's kind of about that big.
Oh, I see. Oh, so it's shorter and,
you need a fat
wider.
bumper.
Okay. Marty and I were talking about Masterpiece Theater, and I remember when we first moved to Chicago after finishing college. I remember the first Masterpiece. I was teaching at Deerfield High School at that time.
What did you teach?
Oh, I taught English literature, junior English.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, now once in a while I run into one of my students once in a while, and they say, I hate to tell you this, but well, they're very good. They don't say it that way. I was your student. It's really nice to...
You do have a checkered past, Joan.
I do. Well, anyway, I remember that was when the Forsyth Saga was on. And one of the teachers who was working with me named her newborn baby Fleur after that. And anyway, that was my first introduction to Masterpiece Theater. And after that, there were so many more that I've seen over the course of the years, and they've all been excellent. And here we are tonight with this one that we just saw. That's the kind of thing that we all come to expect from Channel 11, but the fact is that it has to be paid for, and it is paid for. 50% of it is paid for by our subscribers. And we do get some support from corporations, and we're very grateful for that.
Before you talk about the operators, allow me to say that most of our phones are busy right now. I knew the sons and daughters of Gallifrey, the Whoites, the Federation, all the groups. I knew you'd come to our support, your support. Actually, this is something you're doing for yourself. We're just the vehicle by which it's done. And if you get a busy signal, just try us again in about 30 seconds or so, or use toll-free, even if you're in Chicago, 1-800-237-1100. Pray continue.
Oh, yes, I will. We can thank our operators. This is just our way of saying thank you to them for coming out here and answering the phones, because even if you were calling, if there was nobody here to answer the phones, well, it wouldn't work, would it? The people here tonight are from the American Society of Civil Engineers.
From Beta Alpha Psi of DePaul University.
From May and Spey.
From Phi Rho Epsilon Alpha Chapter.
The Saints Theater Volunteer Organization.
Somebody was scratched there. They're not here tonight, but there's Tau Kappa Epsilon, the Lambda Pi chapter.
And finally, the Friends of Channel 11.
And we thank you all. You're not hearing us right now because you're all busy on the telephone, but thank you for coming in tonight. As Joan said, we couldn't do it without you. And we certainly couldn't do it without you. You are the base upon which this station is built, and which it has been built. When I came here, Joan, gosh, it's been 1971. So
I started working here in 1978.
Did you?
Yes.
All right, well, you've seen a great number of changes, too, but from 71 till the present day, there are just tremendous changes in Channel 11. It is nothing like the station it used to be. It is 100-fold better, and I'm proud to have been part of that growth. And I'm sure
you're much more intimately involved with the station because you're here.
Oh, really? Don't tell anybody about that.
But I'm very proud to be here, too. Even before I ever started working here, I was a Channel 11 subscriber, and I felt a kind of a kinship, which has flourished in terms of my working here. My connection with Channel 11 makes me proud. Yours, in terms of a subscriber, will make you proud. So do call us now and subscribe for $40. We'll send you the 11 magazine for an entire year. If you'd like to subscribe for $60, and many of you who are now calling are probably Doctor Who fans, we can send you this Doctor Who mug as a thank you gift from us to you. Thank you for subscribing in the amount of $60. You'll get the 11 magazine with that. For $100, we can send you our new thank you gift, this Solar Quest game, which is sort of a real estate game that takes place in outer space. And for
$125, we have the Doctor Who sweatshirt. And it's, it's a sweatshirt. It's a good sweatshirt. An excellent one, and it's beautifully monogrammed with the Doctor Who logo, and that's a $125 premium. The magazine that we get from Cynthia Guido has a wonderful interview with Terry Nation, who was one of the earliest writers on the Doctor Who series, and the guy who figured out the Daleks. And he tells how he killed them off once and then had to bring them back. And he's very outspoken. He talks...
Are those the ones that say, I obey?
They're the ones who say, exterminate.
Yes.
See, there's beings inside of these little motorized things. He created them. But there's a producer he didn't like, a more recent producer who's not with the series anymore, named Nathan Turner. And he doesn't pull any punches. He says, let's start telling good stories again. Let's put in a real fellow and forget those silly costumes. Let's have good stories and get rid of Nathan Turner.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think about that? And his favorite Doctor Who is Bill Hartnell, William Hartnell. And he said he seemed to fulfill all the things the Doctor should have been. He likes older Doctors, you know, a little gray around the temples, a stronger figure. He doesn't like the trend towards younger and younger ones. Yeah. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I say that's very interesting.
Well, you have something else you can say, too.
Yes. Well, you know, I was just thinking that we get so many unsolicited testimonials of people who enjoy Doctor Who and enjoy various programs. All through the year, people are saying, I watch Channel 11, I love it. And those are unsolicited. And now we are doing a little soliciting. We're asking you to call and subscribe for the largest amount that you can.
Okay, we have, we have corporate subscribers as well.
Yes.
Would you tell us about that?
Well, I know that we have corporate subscribers, and today's programming on Channel 11 was, and I quote, underwritten in part by Illinois Bell and Parkside and TV Guide.
All of those.
Well, I did what you said, but this thing has a mind of its own.
Illinois Bell presents A Call for Help.
Okay, tapes in, lights on, hit play and record. But listen.
It doesn't take much to get expert advice. Just a phone call.
Now I've got it. But don't tell your grandma I called again.
You can get a little help to get it right if you just call.
I can't live without you.
What would you do if cocaine were free? Guess what he did. He turned down food, water, turned down all the things he loved, even sex, and took all the cocaine he wanted until he died. Take the cocaine monkey off your back. Call Parkside. We know how to help professionally. There's no charge for a consultation. There's no obligation, and no one but you has to know. Parkside. We'll help you solve your cocaine problem.
These are some of the writers that millions of selective viewers have read in the pages of TV Guide, the magazine that makes the good things on television better.
And those are our corporate underwriters, some of them, and without them we would indeed be a great deal poorer, and without you, the subscriber, we'd have virtually nothing here. Joan and I and all our operators tonight thank all of you who have called to subscribe today. Those of you who've been subscribers all along, thank you very much. We'll continue to make this TV station just as great as we can. And if you haven't called, what?
Well, we'd like you to call now. It's not too late. The number's 588-1111. We'll wait here for your call.
Tonight, we learn that it is possible to be too brainy, and that such palliatives as exist are daunting. Stay tuned, if you dare, as the trial of a Time Lord continues.